the final night of the Republican National Convention, also known as the place where Facebook comments come to life. And this was the night that everyone was waiting for, the acceptance speech of Donald Just the Tip Trump. But before the speech even started, we got this incredible moment between Trump's First Lady and Melania. Oh my God, did you guys see that? Play it again. God damn! As soon as Ivanka walked by, Melania's smile disappeared faster than all the blackface episodes of all your favorite sitcoms. And it's moments like these that just add more fuel to the rumors that Melania does not like Ivanka. And look, I don't blame her. I mean, after all, Ivanka's the one who's in charge of tackling Melania when she makes a run for it. No wonder they got bad blood. But once the traditional exchange of fake smiles was complete, President Trump descended the majestic stairs of the White House, walked up to the podium, and then delivered the longest, most boring, low-energy Jeb Bush-ass speech of his entire life. Damn, that shit was boring. And I would be so pissed off if I was one of the people in the audience. Because if I'm sitting in a crowd risking catching coronavirus to watch a Trump speech, God damn it, I want a Trump speech. I want to hear his plans for locking Hillary up while chugging hydroxychloroquine. I want him to accuse Nancy Pelosi of creeping into your houses at night, turning up your air conditioning, and stealing your blankets. I want to see him hold up a big case of 10-year-old Trump steaks, say that they're the real cure for corona, and then start throwing them into the crowd, paper towel style. But this speech, man, this speech was like going to a NASCAR race and watching the cars parallel park for 3 hours. Where's the crash? Honestly, it was really weird. Because say what you want about Trump. The one thing we all know about the man is that he can give exciting speeches that hold people's attention. So why now, with one of the most important speeches he will ever have to give, did Trump resort to reading the Wikipedia entry for history of the 19th century?
Our American ancestors sailed across the perilous ocean to build. These pioneers didn't have money, climbed into their covered wagons, and set out west for the next adventure. Davy Crockett and Buffalo Bill, cowboys and sheriffs, they pressed on past the Mississippi, built the great ships, raised up the skyscrapers from Normandy to Iwo Jima. And we did it all with style and confidence. We built a 6 million pound rocket and launched it thousands of miles into space. Together we are unstoppable. Together we are unbeatable.
What? No, I'm listening. I'm listening. People, what the hell was that? Like, I don't know what was worse. The perilous journey that those pioneers faced trekking across the country, or having to sit through Trump telling us about it. I mean, the last people that told stories that boring were the actual pioneers. And that's because the only other things they could do were chop wood or die. It's like Trump turned Oregon Trail into an audiobook. And by the time the speech was over, I bet half the people in the audience died of dysentery. So, now we know. President Trump is a terrible president, but we also know that he'd be an even worse substitute history teacher. Sometimes you gotta know when to just play the Space Jam DVD, man. Give up. But still, if anyone managed to stay awake during Trump's 70-minute Ben Carson impersonation, they might have picked up on one major theme. You see, for months, Trump has been saying that sleepy Joe Biden is too weak to run America. But he's also been saying that Joe Biden is a radical socialist who's going to destroy America. But how can both of those be true? Well, now he's figured it out. Sleepy Joe Biden is so weak that other radical socialists will destroy America for him.
Joe Biden is weak. He takes his marching orders from liberal hypocrites who drive their cities into the ground while fleeing far from the scene of the wreckage. Make no mistake, if you give power to Joe Biden, the radical left will defund police departments all across America. If Joe Biden doesn't have the strength to stand up to wild-eyed Marxists like Bernie Sanders and his fellow radicals, and there are many, we see them all the time, it's incredible actually, then how is he ever going to stand up for you? He's not. Biden is a Trojan horse for socialism.
Ooh, the Trojan horse of socialism. Sounds terrifying. In fact, they should turn it into a movie.
Wow, look at the amazing, totally harmless, and almost certainly empty giant horse.
Now we can attack the city and give them all universal health care.
Find their women and give them paid maternity leave.
Prepare to have your minimum wage raised!
Huh. Not as scary as I thought. Seriously though, it's starting to feel like be scared of the socialists is becoming the Republicans' only move. Which honestly is just getting old. You know, it's like the GOP is that one friend of yours in Street Fighter who just did the chopping thing the entire time. You're not playing the game, Justin! But in a way, the biggest message that Trump sent last night wasn't in anything that he said at all. No, it was in the setting of the speech. And that message was, coronavirus ain't shit.
The South Lawn of the White House converted into a packed convention floor. Nearly 2,000 supporters, no social distancing, and very few masks.
You're seeing people shake hands, hug, greet each other like it would be in normal times.
It's almost as if he is trolling people who are concerned about testing and masks and the coronavirus.
What happened last night was dangerous. It was in violation of the president's administration's own health guidelines. Most people were not tested. This was something that indeed could become a super spreader event.
Yes, even in a pandemic, Trump needed to have a packed crowd. I mean, look at that. The only empty seat is Herman Cain's. And it wasn't just a packed crowd. Practically nobody wore a mask and practically nobody was tested. Trump basically decided his speech was going to kill one way or another. In fact, the only guest required to wear a face mask was Stephen Miller, and that wasn't coronavirus related. I guess the one silver lining is that Trump's speech was so boring that there was no risk that anybody would spread droplets by cheering. But in many ways, this is Trump's coronavirus response in a nutshell. His top priority isn't health or safety. His top priority is making Donald Trump look good. Nearly 4,000 Americans died during the 4 nights of the RNC. But Trump won't let that get in the way of a good TV backdrop. In fact, when asked about the lack of precautions at the speech, a White House official said, quote, "Everybody is going to catch this thing eventually." And if that's the attitude of the White House, then I'm disappointed. Because the Trump I know doesn't quit. When he had an affair with Stormy Daniels, he didn't just go, well, everybody's gonna know about this eventually. No, he paid her off. He signed NDAs. He did everything he could to make her go away. In fact, maybe we should get Trump to bang COVID-19. Then we know he'll shut it down. So look, I don't think Trump won a lot of voters with that one speech, but the real question is, did he change anyone's mind about him over the course of the week? Because he was really trying hard. In fact, if you compare the Donald Trump of the RNC with the Donald Trump of reality, you would hardly know that they're the same guy.
President Trump is a kind and decent man.
He truly cares about people.
My dad believes in the potential of each individual.
Go home to mommy. Tell her to tuck you in bed. They're scum. They're human scum.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
I personally observed his ability to listen and understand the issues.
We have a situation where we're looking very strongly at sinks and showers and other elements of bathrooms. People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, as opposed to once.
Presidential leadership came swiftly and effectively with an extraordinary rescue for health and safety to successfully fight the COVID virus.
Today, the death toll in this country from COVID-19 passes 180,000.
Donald Trump is the first president in my lifetime to actually stand up to China.
Unlike Biden, I will hold them fully accountable for the tragedy that they caused.
Well, I think China is very, professionally run in the sense that they have everything under control. I really believe they are going to have it under control.
The goal of cancel culture is to make decent Americans live in fear of being fired, expelled, shamed, humiliated, and driven from society as we know it. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired.